Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come to wise up on crypto. And voila, here you go. Aloha. This is our new Wise Beyond Bitcoin DeFi Hub education website. And this is your update on the market. So we shall start from here. What a good place. Bookmark it, put it in your tabs and check it out. We've got different metric sites to go to. In fact, let's go start right now and check out what's going on in the market right now. You got CoinGecko, Coin Paprika, Coin Market Cap. I like Nomics, and you can check out the DeFi pulse in the world of decentralized finance, how much is locked up and what's going on there. But let's just overall check out what's happening in the market and why this is some very, very good news and the good news surrounding it. So you'll notice that maybe the last couple days, the last week, there's been corrections. The price of digital assets have gone down, the price of Bitcoin in the short run. But often when you look at macro fundamentals in the short run, the price doesn't always reflect the value that's being built and the prices that are to come in the long run. And so that's why I kind of want to take a look and see that this is really, when you look at a healthy, mature market, this is called opportunity. It's a great time, and it's not hurry up and act now. This looks like this. Hopefully this opportunity lasts for some days, some weeks, maybe even a couple months or more. It will be tough, I feel, for it to last too long, and I'll explain why. Because macro fundamentals, we want to take a look at the big scope, right? The long-term picture. Now, the long-term picture is, if you look at the market right now and you see that, okay, in the last day, things have kind of come down a little bit, a couple percent here and there. The reality is that Bitcoin right now at 31,000 is 50% at what it was a month ago. Ethereum too is actually less than 50%. It was at 4,300 at one point. So we're looking at 50, 60% major retracement in digital assets and in the two major Bitcoin, Ethereum, but of course the altcoins that follow. We're looking at these 50, 60, 70% retracements from a recent high. Now, the question one has to ask themselves when they're looking at long-term picture of a market, not for trading. This is not financial advice. This is just educational information and a way to educate yourself and to look at markets with a long-term time horizon. You realize that right now Bitcoin's at 50% its all-time high a month ago. Now, there are still many people who don't know what Bitcoin is, and there's still a lot of bullish news and activity surrounding the growth of Bitcoin, and we'll get to that soon. Ethereum as well, there's a lot of bullish news and a lot of growth, a lot of investments from major corporations using the Ethereum blockchain for future work, payment processing, and more. So when you look at this kind of news and you recognize that Ethereum, Bitcoin are less than 50% their value today, one has to ask themselves, do I feel that Bitcoin has reached the all-time high it will ever reach in the history of Bitcoin? And that was a month ago. And it could be, we could look at it at a distribution of probabilities, and it would be a probability. I would say that most likely it'd be a tail end distribution. Just like on the opposite tail end distribution, would Bitcoin be going to $500,000, tomorrow or next month? So we're looking at different extremes. Now, realistically, Bitcoin could easily go down from 30,000 to 25,000, maybe even back to 20,000. Although as we get further and further, it becomes more difficult and more extreme to hold those. That being said, it's possible. But even then, you're looking at most, if it went from 30,000 to 15, a 50% retracement. And of course, Ethereum at $1,800, $1,700 right now, it could go down to 15, 14. I think go down to 13 or 12 again if we really saw a quick dip. But those are looking at these extremes of the low ends. Now let's talk about the recent all-time highs. Well, 4,300. What's that? That's over 100% return right now. Bitcoin over $60,000. That's over 100% return right now. So we're looking at the loss, we're getting to that point, that capitulation. We're getting to a point in the market where while it can get lower, the amount of room to drop versus the expected room for growth to go up it's out of balance, and there's a lot of opportunity. This is a major opportunity because basically what it's telling you is that if you can ride it out, whether it's a couple months or a couple weeks, if you can ride it out, the opportunities that are there right now are once in a lifetime. They're incredible, right? Because if Bitcoin, Ethereum, these digital assets were to only return to their all-time high, if that's all they were to do is return to their all-time high, that's it. 60,000 is the best, 4,300 is the best for Ethereum. That's all that's ever going to happen. And let's say it took them 2 years. Let's say it took them 3 years, which is people in the world of cryptocurrency would be laughing right now. But in traditional, let's just say it took 3 years, because most people think this is, we're talking about 3 months, not 3 years, and 1 year to an extreme. But let's say it took 3 years to get back to the recent all-time high. If it took 3 years, that means if you got in right now, whatever short-term dips you ride out, in 3 years, you're looking at 100% return. In 3 years, you're looking at, now this is the modest side. This isn't getting into decentralized finance and providing liquidity and all the different ways that people can earn more with what they have with their resources. This is just saying, I'm going to hold, I'm just going to convert and hold into Bitcoin, Ethereum, or some of these larger cap blue chip cryptos. So just recognizing that that's very, very bullish news from an economic price value perspective, that you're looking at over 50% retracements from all-time highs at this point right now. That's good news. And when you couple that with the old news of, well, I mean, it's not that old. We're talking about June 22nd, just after the solstice. PayPal and Visa leading a $300 million fundraising, another 300 million investment in blockchain, because this is not the first time PayPal and Visa have invested in cryptocurrency and in blockchain. So we're looking at major payment processing companies, intermediaries, financial intermediaries, working, collaborating, and investing in blockchain. Okay, let's talk about something else. Hello, country adoption methods for Bitcoin. Now, I'm sure economics departments all over the country, all over the world, are just having a blast right now, because students can now talk about competitive currencies. It is a course and is a class that was not offered when I was in school, and probably hasn't been for quite some time. So how interesting is it that we live in a time where there can be competitive currencies on a private, not a legal federal fiat level, pardon me, legal tender fiat level. And of course, this is the El Salvador recently announced that they want Bitcoin to be their reserve, their national currency. And is it going to happen? Will it happen? Is it possible? Maybe, hopefully. If it doesn't, that's possible too, that it was an attempt, and it takes more cooperation on a world platform between the nations and how they operate with those choices. But the fact that this is even a conversation, and the fact that this has been announced, and you actually have other countries, other nations that are coming in to say, hey, you know what, we would like to have Bitcoin stand alongside our currency as an alternate currency accepted by our nation. So we're looking at a new market emerging for competition for that wealth, for the digital asset wealth. The more countries that accept Bitcoin, the more countries that open their borders and open their to investment of all that digital wealth that's pent up right now. There's a lot of pent up wealth in digital assets. I mean, shucks. Let's go take a look. Shameless plug. Where are we going to go take a look at DeFi Pulse? Okay, let's go look at the DeFi Pulse crypto metrics. Why? Because we want to see what's going on right now. Even after this little recent dip, there is $47 billion locked up in decentralized finance in USD, and that's not on Ethereum and other chains, this is what's on Ethereum. I mean, this is mainly what's on the Ethereum blockchain. There, this is not the total value of the market cap of cryptocurrency. This is talking about decentralized exchanges, lending, payment platforms. So there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. That's some pretty good news. You want to look at macro fundamentals, not short term. Could the price go down tomorrow? Yeah, it could. Could go down next week, could stay down for a month. But when you look at long-term fundamentals, when you literally have countries talking about adopting Bitcoin, that for the overall market is bullish news. That's bullish news. So you can feel good about the future of blockchain and cryptocurrency. How long will it take to manifest? Who knows? As they say, in the short run, markets are irrational. So it's always good to just kind of take a look at the fundamentals. But from a fundamental approach, crypto macro 101, when countries are stating that they want to adopt Bitcoin, that's about as bullish as it gets. And I feel confident, since there's been a crypto dip during and since this, that many things are not yet reflected in the prices, and when they will be reflected, who knows. But surely there's a lot of beautiful information supporting cryptocurrency and blockchain throughout. And we got another shameless plug is we've got a little news site, right? And all these different websites, if you want to check out some of the top sites to learn about what's happening right now in crypto. And one of my favorites is Today on Chain. What do we have here today on Chain? NFTs in a nutshell. Bitcoin is our best shot at decentralized finance. All right. We just checked this out. Country adoption methods for Bitcoin. So do your own research. This is not financial advice. This is educational information and helping to paint a picture for yourself, because this is a new market and it's more than just digital money, blockchain, cryptocurrency. There's NFTs. There are supply chain management. There's data oracles. There is streaming video platforms moving to decentralized blockchain service. So there's so much going on in the world of digital economy, the cryptocurrency blockchain economy, and getting a better understanding will help you as you join many of these cryptocurrency communities. And because being able to join a community early on has a lot of benefits. The least of which is once you get involved in something, you tend to learn a lot more about it because you're involved. So if anything, take some time, do your research. There are a lot of beautiful projects that ceteris paribus will be around for quite some time. Look at Polkadot, Hex, Cardano, Ethereum, obviously, and all those built on the chain. Scrolling down, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Solana has been remarkable. Chainlink, Polygon as a layer 2 solution and what it's done for the Ethereum chain and gas fees. Theta token. Okay, I mean, we can keep on going. VeChain. I'm passing up some. I could go Algorand. There are some. I'm just speaking out some that are popping out. Monero, right? We've got there's just a lot of Aave. Okay, got to take a look at Aave and Luna, Tezos, IOTA. Man, I'm curious about what's going on with that. Right, that's been around for a long time and interesting what's happening, if anything. Avalanche. All right, I'm not going to go down the whole market cap. It's just you can understand that in this world there are many great projects that have been around and that are working and developing and maturing and look to be around for a few more months, a few more years. And it's an exciting time to be alive. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for your time. If you have a topic that you'd like us to do a video on, please drop it in the comments. And until then, we look forward to seeing you on our live streams every Monday from 6 to 7. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and do the notification bell thing so that you'll get alerted to our little educational information. But until then, look forward to seeing you on the next one.